Oh, it's a little better. Hello. It's so bright. Happy Friday. So I'm very grateful. I have off every Friday. I have a few errands to run, but I'm going to make it fun and I'm going to try to motivate myself because I don't want to run these errands. I really don't. Some of these errands happen to be near a bookstore though. That's like a parent promising their child an iPad after they do a chore. I'm going to offer myself a bookstore trip after our errands. So yeah, it's actually probably going to be 2 bookstore trips because I have not been to a Barnes in a minute. Don't fact check that. But I haven't been to a Barnes, browsed, and then actually sat down in the cafe and read for an extended period of time. So I've been itching for that. I think I'm going to do that today. I did have a book that I've been waiting for a physical copy of to come in. That came in yesterday, so I'm really excited about that because I wanted a very specific cover, and when you see it, you will understand. It's really pretty, and I'm so excited to have it. It's a UK edition of a book, shocker, but I really, really wanted this edition. When you see it, you're gonna go, oh, well, that series has those editions, but the whole rest of the world doesn't have matching editions. I don't care. I think these are really pretty. This entire series has these editions, or editions like this, and if I just have those, I will be so happy. The first one is pink, which is extra exciting, and I wasn't expecting it to be as vibrant as it was, but it's so bright pink. I love it. So yeah, we're gonna run some errands. I have to get gas. I have to go get gas. I have to pick up stuff from a pharmacy. The trials and tribulations. It's fine. We're gonna go do those things. I'm kind of cosplaying cool camp counselor today. I'm wearing a shirt that I actually made for my 29th birthday party. It was camp themed, and I named it after my 2 cats, Queenie and Beanie. So it's Camp Queen and Bean on a Comfort Colors tee, because that's the only way that you can do it. Like a Comfort Colors tee, there's no other choice really once you've had a Comfort Colors tee. And this happens to be the purple tie-dye one. Obsessed. I wear it constantly. All of my friends that went to the party, they be repping Camp Queen and Bean. And then I have these really comfy pants on today with these cutie little bow ties on them and my Keens, and I have very cool sunglasses on that I just got to run in, and they don't move. I'm honestly pretty shocked. So I'm really happy with these. We'll see how they hold up over time, because I find after a while they'll get loose and you have to tighten them and whatever. Another game that we're gonna play today is let's see how long Brianne's hair stays down, because it is 83 degrees right now, supposed to go up to almost 90. Woo! And yeah, we're gonna have a fun day. It's Friday. I do try to use those for just general admin tasks that I have to do personally. I also like to use them to have a silly little fun time if I can. So I'm gonna take you along with me. I haven't checked in since earlier today, but I did do a little bit of book shopping at Barnes & Noble. I did not get what I was going in there for. I could not actually find it. But I did leave with 2 books that definitely didn't sit in the car and talk about for a while without realizing that my mic wasn't plugged in. Fine. It's fine. We're figuring things out. It's all good. But the books that I did get, they are R.F. Kuang's fault, kind of. I remembered about them because of the Odyssey movie that's coming out. R.F. Kuang had put out a list of books that she recommended as just recommended reading to read ahead of reading Catabasis. Took that very seriously. Have I read all of them yet? No, but will I read all of them before I read Catabasis? Absolutely, I will. A short story called The Immortal, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and Dante's Inferno were the three that she recommended, but then TikTok and Book Talk kind of took it to another level, and they were recommending other books that you should read ahead of reading Catabasis as well. Two of those were The Iliad and The Odyssey. I've been wanting to get the Emily Wilson's translations specifically because I've heard wonderful things about them, and I believe that she's the first. I could be totally wrong. I'll correct myself if I am in the captions if I am, but I believe the first woman to translate these, which brought a lot of clarity and additional context. So very excited about those. Just some light reading, but I'm very excited to read them. As for City of Bones, I did get a little bit further in this. I have some thoughts, but I'm not ready totally to discuss them yet because I think that I'm going to find something out very soon. And if what I'm thinking is true, I'm really smart. Okay, I'll tell you. So what I think is, I said that Jocelyn was Valentine's wife. Didn't say anything about Claire being his kid. I don't think Valentine, I have to look that up. I don't think he's Clary's dad. And I don't think Jace's parents are dead. I think I already mentioned that at some point. But I don't think Jace's parents are dead. He seems really defensive about it, which, like, I get it. You would be defensive if people brought up your dead parents. But he's, like, really defensive. I don't know. Is it suspicious? Or is he just a literal child dealing with grief? Who am I to say? But anyways, so that's how that's going. I'm going to probably read a little bit more of this tonight. I would like to get at least halfway through it. Gearing up to try to finish it this weekend. I've heard the ending goes cuckoo bananas. And I want to know. I'm nosy. I want to be involved. I want to be included. And I want to know what happens that makes people go, holy shit. I want to be part of the club. I want to know. So, plan is to know this weekend. We'll see how that goes. Let's get to reading. Okay, so I have some thoughts. Right now, I just got to the point where Jace said that he wanted to kill Valentine. I really have to look that up. He wants to kill him, and he is saying that those two men are responsible for killing his dad. But if Valentine's his dad, if those men killed Valentine, but Valentine isn't actually dead, Jace's dad might also not actually be dead because he's Valentine. What time is it? It is 10:13. I'm spiraling. It's fine. It's when I come up with my best ideas. So my bookshelf might look different. I did rearrange it. Did I film any of it? No, I was really sweaty. I was stressed out and I was really sweaty and I was not filming that, at least this time. I'm sure I'm going to rearrange it again because I definitely don't have certain authors like all grouped together and I'm not sure exactly how I want to utilize the little bookshelf in between the two larger ones. Like I kind of want to use those as like showcase areas for like some of my favorite books, but we'll see. I don't know. So I did that. So the bookshelf definitely looks different. Still have so much space on them, which feels awesome. I moved some like bins of like miscellaneous items toward the top rows of the two outer bookshelves, which I think will be useful just to like grab things. I used to have them at the bottom of this like inner bookshelf right here, which was kind of a pain in the ass because I used to have this chair like way closer to the bookshelf, and so like to actually like get those out of there was a nightmare and not really that all that convenient or functional. So I did that, which I'm really happy about, but it could look different 12 more times. You probably will see it looking different in every single vlog, and that's fine. I'm about 40% through City of Bones. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It felt like chapter 10. It was like, okay, we're gonna go to this place, see the Silent Brothers. And then that happened so fast, and then it took forever to actually get there. So I was struggle busing a little bit in chapter 10. Chapter 10 was like 40 pages long. I was like, wow, this is a long chapter. Definitely longer than I'm used to. And I think that discouraged me a little bit. So I was a little slow getting through that, but now I'm almost done with chapter 11. And it's picking back up. They just told Clary that she has to go back to the person who actually put the block on her brain in order to like reverse the block. Curious to see how that goes. Curious about this other guy that they're talking about put the block on her. Curious to find out more about them. I'm going to keep reading. Also coming at you live from somebody who was able to get last minute tickets to Ariana Grande. So excited. So excited. I'm probably going to take you guys along with me a little bit. I expected the clear bags, did not expect for them to be like no cameras. Typically it's like no professional cameras, none that have detachable lenses, things like that. And I was like so excited. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to bring my teeny little vlog camera with me. That will be so fun. And they said like no cameras. So we'll be relying on my phone, which I'm not really that worried about. I just want to fiddle with the settings a little bit because I heard that certain sound settings make it so that you don't actually hear yourself yelling and screaming the lyrics during the concert, which I fear is what I will be doing the whole time. So that would be nice. So I'll be exploring that a little bit, seeing what I can figure out. But today the plan is very chill. I'm going to keep reading City of Bones. Also, I threw my outfit together for Ariana Grande like so last minute because they literally got tickets yesterday. So I'm really proud of it. I hope it comes to fruition the way that I want it to. I still have to like try everything on, that whole spiel. I also did buy, now I have like a lot of hair, but I did buy a ponytail because I really didn't want to have to worry about like styling it and bringing something to style my hair. And it's like one of those where it's like a claw clip. So I'm hoping that I love it. Also did buy a scrunchie, like one of those like really poofy big ones, kind of like what Ariana's been wearing on tour. It's like a backup, but also a tool for when I can't stand feeling hair touching the back of my neck anymore and I'm gross at the concert and sweaty and just want all of my hair up. We'll see how that goes. I also am in the middle of the Mistborn series, and I finished Well of Ascension a while ago, but I've been really wanting to pick up the third book in the first trilogy, which is The Hero of Ages, for a very long time because I really, really enjoyed the Well of Ascension. I loved the first book, but I enjoyed the Well of Ascension I think more, but I've been wanting a really cool copy of it because I have a funny feeling that I will really, really love this, that I will possibly like it the most out of the entire trilogy. So I was able to snag a mass market paperback, the old version with like the characters on it, which I think is kind of cool. I do like it for like fantasy books I find that are stylized like this. I like them a lot. So I was able to snag that. I'm really excited about it. I do honestly, there's a special place in my heart for mass market paperbacks in general because even like Ninth House, I had the Barnes & Noble editions of those for a while, the like paperback ones. The sprayed edges, I just don't know. A plain colored sprayed edge just drives me actually bonkers. So I actually gave those to a friend and I got the mass market paperback editions of those. I really hope that they do it for Deadbeat because that would be a big bummer if they didn't. And really just like a little tiny, like I can throw it in my purse. Really excited about that. I also got some pretty fun book mail over the last couple of weeks, so I did want to go through that. So the first book that I got in the mail, which is my first ever publisher mail, which is like really, really exciting, and it's kind of a full circle moment. The first book that I ever got approved for on NetGalley was Gwen and Art Are Not in Love by Lex Croucher, which I really, really loved. It was a super fun time. I reached out to see if I could get a physical arc of the second book, Bridget and Gabe Are Not Okay. And they did send that to me, which I'm so excited about. I absolutely love the cover art for these. This is a rare case. Like, I think they're both absolutely stunning. I do like both the US and the UK editions, but I do think I like the US edition a little teensy bit more. Regardless, I think they are so stunning. You still get the same character art on both editions. It's more the like stylization of the fonts and stuff like that. But I'm so excited to dive into this. This comes out in August. I'm always excited for a new Lex Croucher release because I always have a fun time. And yeah, so very excited to get into that. Other piece of mail that I got was for Secret Dinner by Rafael Montes. And I'm rather excited about this. I've heard pretty good things about this author. This will be my first time reading this author, and this is an internationally acclaimed #1 best-selling thriller that's now being published in English. On the back of the cover, it says, "Four childhood friends eager for a taste of city life swap rural Brazil for an apartment in Copacabana, Rio, but they have no idea of the fate that awaits them there." I'm rather excited. I think I'm going to really like both of these. I'm in the mood for like a few thriller, like spooky reads, because I think I'm really embracing, or that I will really be embracing Summerween, because I'm so in the mood for a spooky read. I really, really want to be spooked. I think that being a little spooked or a little bit scared is really fun. I also have The Ending Writes Itself, Evelyn Clark, which, if you don't know, that is the writing duo V.E. Schwab and Kat Clark who wrote that, and I still have that to read. I actually went to their tour date at Barnes Union Square, which was so much fun. I'll insert something from that over somewhere. I'll insert something from that somewhere. It'll be on the screen. It was so fun. It was very clear that V.E. Schwab is very type A, Kat Clark very type B, and the way that they kind of talked about splitting up their writing process, it was really, really interesting to hear about. So the concept basically is this like very famous author passed away, and a bunch of these other authors from all different genres are brought to this island and basically like locked away and told to like finish the series because the author passed away before he could. And they are all authors from different genres, and V.E. Schwab did mention that the way that they're each introduced is in the style of the genre that they write in, which I think is so fun. So I'm really excited to read that one as well. I think that those will definitely be a couple books that I include in my like Summerween type reads. I also want to read Slewfoot by Brom. I did recently pick that up because they had it on one of the BOGO 50% off tables at Barnes & Noble when I was picking up, oh my god, where is it? Had it on one of the BOGO tables when I was picking up Illuminae. I've heard only good things about. And so I was like, this is my sign. I'm going to get Slewfoot. So yeah, so I'm really excited about all of those reads. I definitely want to read more spooky this summer. So if you have any spooky recommendations, throw them my way. I am all ears. I will add them all to the TBR. I want all of the recommendations because I'm in a spooky mood. And I feel like that also goes for like fantasy and stuff too. Like I want to be like, I don't know. I just want to be a little bit spooked, a little bit thrilled. Right now, an urban fantasy is just like, I'm making my way ends. And I'm also ready for fall. Let's really think about like what is at the core of that. I'm ready for fall. I want fall. I recently got a couple sweaters from Gap. I had been looking at probably since fall time when they were originally released that I absolutely loved. They were 100% cotton. I was like all over these sweaters, but they were like $70. While I think that investing in a good piece of clothing is worth it, I knew I could get it for cheaper. So I waited. I was patient and I waited, and they had a sale. I don't know if it's still going on, but I was able to get them for $30 a piece, which I felt like was much more reasonable. And I do feel like my Gap clothes do hold up really, really well. I got this like chocolate brown one that's like a thick collar, it's like a classic. When you hear sweater in your brain, it's usually in like a cream color, but imagine it in like a chocolate brown. That sweater. And then I got this really pretty pink in like this roll neck style. So I'm really, really excited to get those, but I won't be able to wear them right away, which kind of bums me out because it is, I think today it's supposed to hit over 100 degrees. It's fine. We will prevail and we will stay in the air conditioning and read probably all day. But I'm really excited about those. I think that really made me consider, ooh, do I care about summer anymore? And I do. I'm actually going to the beach, I think, this upcoming weekend with a friend, and we're probably going to sit there and drink coffee and read. So, like, I definitely will still enjoy summer to its fullest, you know? I will embrace it. Will I be kicking and screaming a little bit? Maybe. But I will, enjoy the fruits of summer, but fall can't come soon enough. I'm rambling now. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to shut up and I'm going to read. The boulder, it's a rock. Oh, the pioneers used to ride these babies for miles. I'm furious. Okay, I just read the Falcon story, which I'm assuming is about Jace. Devastating. And his dad sounds like a doo-doo head. His dad sounds terrible. If this story, I'm assuming, is about Jace and his dad. Also, this was supposed to be a bedtime story to be put to sleep. This is not that. I'm so sorry, Jace. You're bad at reading the room. But also, your dad's terrible. Your dad sucks. His dad being dead, I feel like if this is about his dad, I feel like I want to find fan art of Jace and then stick his head on the I'm glad my mom died cover by Jeanette McCurdy and then change it to dad. I might actually do that. Because I am. If this is the case, his dad sucks. But also, I don't think his dad is dead. As we know, I'm stuck on his dad being Valentine. Yeah, that made me upset. Obviously, this is a story and it's a past tense, but it still sucks anytime there's like an animal death on page. Yeah, it made me sad. The Falcon trusted him and his dad just said, I'm going to take advantage of that trust. And the lesson learned from that being the boy never cried again and he never forgot what he learned. That to love is to destroy and that to be loved is to be the one destroyed. That's a bad lesson. And also just like false. I'm upset. That upset me. Okay, back to reading.